Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is T Millie here, bringing you the first episode of the Road to Glory running back series here on College Football 25, starring 5-star running back Austin Morris. That is right. I hope everyone had a chance to check out that teaser trailer I did about a week ago. Definitely looking forward to doing this series. It is the running back that I originally did back on the Fleur Sports channel back in, 2012 on NCAA 13. So looking forward to bringing them back here over a decade later, and I hope you're looking forward to it too. If you are, make sure you slap that like button for me. I appreciate it a lot, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Plenty of Road to Glory content coming your way. Let's get into the creation, and then we'll see where we commit. So here we go. We'll be playing on the hardest difficulty, man, on Heisman. We'll start with 8-minute quarter lengths. Hopefully that's a good set spot for that. Just trying to get the most realism possible with our stats and everything. So we've already went over all this stuff, so I won't spend too much time here. You already know the deal. Austin Morris, #1 running back out of the state of Michigan. Will be an elite prospect, 5 stars, starting at that 79 overall spot. And don't worry, I'll be doing plenty of different Road to Glory series to where we'll try some different starting points to where we're not just going to be a 79 overall 5-star to start. But hey, that's just what Austin Morris is, baby. One of the best to do it out there. So here we go, running back. So you pick between 3 archetypes here, and of course you see where you start at with your ratings and attributes, and then you can also see what physical abilities and what mental abilities you have with each one. But come on now, we're doing it all out here. Austin Morris, an elusive back. That's what we'll go with here. See the mental abilities here: winning time, the natural, and team player. Then you got the physical abilities: shifty, sidestep, takeoff, 360, and recoup. So here we go, Austin Morris, 5-star running back, elusive. Well, folks, there he is. Austin Morris just ran through the creation there. Looking pretty solid, looking pretty similar to the style that he rocked back in the day. Probably switch things up, once we get a couple years in, but this will definitely be the look that we'll be rocking to start. Rocking number 28 out of the state of Michigan, like I said. Good old flat rock. Check out how we're looking as well here. Threw on the little tape on the nose, threw a little scar on the face as well. Nice little lightning bolt fade. Austin Morris looking solid, man. We are rocking that Riddell Speed Flex with the 3-bar jagged face mask. Got the Oakley smoke visor as well. For the gloves, we're rocking them Nike Superbad 3. And for the cleats, we're rocking those Nike Vapor Edge Elite 362s. Again, I might switch this stuff up, especially once we pick our school and, once the colors are applied, we'll see how everything's looking. But pretty solid base, I think, to start. Austin Morris looking solid. So that's the creation. So we'll go ahead and continue and see where we go next. So starting as a elite prospect with the 5 stars, you do get to equip 1 extra mental ability when you start here. Of course, the 3 here you all have fan favorite, Road Dog, and Clear Headed. I've went over how to activate those in previous videos. But here we'll go ahead and see what we can choose from here. We got winning time, which is increased composure late in close games. The natural, improved ability to resist weather impacts. Team player, improved ability to play out of position. So that's kind of interesting there. Not necessarily sure what that will give us. Maybe we can get some returns in or something. Throw us back there to return if we're not starting right away or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and pick winning time though. Increased composure late in close games. Definitely gonna be nice to have this to start off. So there we go. We'll go ahead and continue. So there you have it, Austin Morris. The physicals are shifty, sidestep, takeoff, 360, and recoup. Remember, you'll have to actually earn those and use skill points to actually equip those once you get into your career. And then the mentals we start with: fan favorite, Road Dog, Clear Headed, and then I added winning time there. Now remember, if you choose the 3-star or 2-star pathway, you do not get that extra mental ability to start. And there you see it, 79 overall, 6'1", 210 pounds, elusive back. Let's go, man. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is where you're basically going to let them know what's important to you, and then it'll formulate a list of schools and show the interest and whatnot, and where your interests align with these schools, of course. They're going to try to find the best fit for you. So we'll go ahead and answer these real quick, and then we'll formulate our top 5 and see what happens. So of these decisions here, I definitely think they're all very important, but for the start of my career, I definitely want to be, a starter. So we'll go ahead and choose that one. Of course, this other stuff is still important, and competing for a national title will definitely be something on my mind, probably more later in the career, but starting off, it's all about playing time. We want to get on that field, show what we got, and improve. So after that, we will choose between a strong scheme fit, close proximity to family and home, or eventually getting drafted and playing professionally. So definitely want to go pro at the end of our college career, and I'm definitely not too worried about staying close to home. Strong schematic fit is definitely important, but I'm going to go with the pro potential here. So of these last two, I think a prestigious coaching staff is going to be important here. Of course, we don't want to be playing for no bums. We want some guys that are going to want to develop us and develop not just us as a player, but, relationship, as a man. We're just coming out of high school. It's going to be a lot to learn in this world, man, especially nowadays with all the NIL in here and social media influence and all that good stuff. So hopefully we have a good coaching staff. Not too worried about having newer facilities. I'm sure a lot of the stuff out there is good enough. But yeah, we'll go with the prestigious coaching staff here. And that'll do it. So here we are at National Signing Day, folks. So as you scroll through, you will see that they, by school, they show you, of course, their school prestige, their overalls, how they did last year, their offensive and defensive schemes, what conference they're in. It'll show you their projected role. As you see here with Nebraska, I'd be a starter right away is what they're projecting anyways. And then as far as school fit, it says A-. It shows you the coach prestige, all that good stuff. The NIL opportunities shows that they're high here. So as you can see, there's some other schools up top here, Illinois, Stanford. That's where Austin Morris played back in NCAA 13. Of course, they were a much better squad back then, sending multiple running backs to the league. But, they're much different now, so not going to consider them. But yeah, you see, smaller interest from some of these other schools. But that's more so because, they're not going to have that pro potential grade up like we want. So based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it actually is going to show you at the top. These are going to be the schools that you're going to be projected to start at. Then as you go down, that's when you'll start to see second string, like right here. You see second string, and then after that, it'll be like the bench spots and whatnot. Well, folks, this is definitely a very tough decision to make here for Austin Morris. Now remember, wherever we choose now, we don't got to stay there. We could always hit the transfer portal later in the career. So keep that in mind. But I think I've made my decision. Now I did post on Twitter a top 5, and that included Oregon, Auburn, Baylor, Coastal Carolina, and Temple. But Coastal Carolina, man, they're not interested at all. They're only offering us a walk-on, you see? Even though we would be the best running back on their roster. So it looks like we're going to have to not consider them. They do run the spread offense out there too, so maybe not the best fit. But Austin Morris was considering them. Maybe he was trying to go out there and party a little bit for a year or two. But of that top 5, we'll go ahead and hone that into a top 3, which would include Oregon, but since they have us scheduled to be on the bench, it might have to be a team that we consider looking at later in our career, maybe in the transfer portal. So the top 3 came down to Baylor, Auburn, and Temple. So as you see up here, Temple would have us starting right away. Just figured it'd be a solid school, something different, not one of the big teams. So Morris, figured he'd throw them on, to consider them, might as well. So other than Temple, it could be either them or Auburn, which would be second string, or Baylor, which also second string there. But yeah, man, I'm not going to waste any more time. Austin Morris has made his commitment, and he will be playing football for his freshman season at the University of Baylor. That's right, Austin Morris is going to be a Baylor Bear to start his college career. He'll be on second string, hopefully able to trigger a position battle quickly early in the season so that way we can get out on that field. And either way, we should still be able to get solid playing time as the backup here. But yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and join the Baylor Bears. Interested to see what we can do with Daquan Finn, the transfer quarterback from Toledo. Hopefully we can go on a good run here and see if we can maybe make some noise in the Big 12. Go, Austin Morris is committed. 5-star running back out of Flat Rock, Michigan. Heads to Baylor. Definitely excited to get onto that practice field with my new team and see how we can do and get ready for this season. There you see the preseason Heisman watch: Ollie Gordon, Shedeur Sanders, Quinshon Judkins, Travis Hunter, Carson Beck. I definitely love the menu screen. It looks very good, easy to navigate. You can check on your player, edit them, check out the info, stats, all sorts of stuff. You got the preseason top 25 rankings. We'll go ahead and check that out, see what they have it set as. So, of course, you got the media poll and the coaches poll. I've always, preferred to look at the coaches poll, so checking that out. You see you got Ohio State at number 1, and we'll just scroll down here. Of course, as Baylor, they went 6-7 last year. We're not going to be ranked to start the year, but definitely have some solid expectations and should be going, to at least make a bowl this season and possibly even, battle to try to win that Big 12. Because now that Oklahoma and Texas are gone, anything could happen, folks. Also got conference standings, then preseason All-Americans as well. We'll probably look at that stuff more in the future. But to start here, we pretty much know what's going on. We know who's good out there in the country. But let's go ahead and check out our roster. Like I said, Daquan Finn at quarterback. The transfer from Toledo. Definitely looking forward to playing with him. But after that, definitely some question marks at the position here at Baylor. So if we stick around, we might have to tote the rock a lot if they don't end up bringing in another solid quarterback. So like I said, we'll be starting as the second string back here behind Richardson. So hopefully we are able to trigger that position battle and take his spot early on in the season. But either way, should be able to get some playing time early on. Receivers looking pretty solid here. No one really standing out by any means, but a solid group there. Solid tight ends as well. Checking out the line. See who will be running behind, and they're looking pretty solid. Center's kind of weak, but other than that, pretty decent O-line here. Not great by any means, but definitely not bad. Should be able to handle ourselves well. So our speed starts off really low at just 84, so I'm wondering if that is a reason why we aren't going to be able to be returning kicks, because back in the day, you pretty much automatically were returning kicks before you became a starter. Alright, so we'll go ahead and hit upgrade player here. We got 5 skill points to start our career here. So I really want to get my speed up. 84 is pretty dang low. But as you can see here, it'll cost 11 skill points to upgrade this quickness category. So with just 5 to start, we're not going to be able to touch that yet. And I'm not just going to save the 5 off the rip. We got to at least use them on something, right? So we'll go ahead and add it to elusiveness to help with our spin moves and juke moves and just breaking tackles, change the direction, all that good stuff to start our career. And you see there, that was already enough to bump us from that 79 overall to 80 overall. Love to see that. And just a reminder, you got to use 3 skill points to upgrade these abilities here. And remember that it'll show you underneath each one what they require. So of course for Shifty, Bronze requires 93 change of direction, which I currently have at 88, for example. Sidestep needs Bronze at 87, which I have at 89 now. So once I get 3 skill points, I'll be able to equip that Sidestep. Of course, I don't have any wear and tear yet, but you can also look at your health in this screen. Definitely going to be something important as it is a new thing in the games. But yeah, nice overview here as well. Check it out. Orlando Edwards, the offensive coordinator, says welcome to Baylor. I mean, heck, that thing went so fast I couldn't even read it all. I couldn't even read the first message. And you can't even scroll up? Come on, man. That's crazy. But being a college athlete isn't easy. You have a lot to balance and a finite amount of time, so you won't be able to do everything. How long you have depends on if you're on a short, normal, or bye week. You'll use any unspent energy on resting, so I have talked about that on the channel before. If you don't use all of your energy points when you go to advance the week, they will automatically be applied to your health. Quick pointer, you can earn coach trust by your in-game and in-practice performance, how you do in position battles, and the decisions you make. Oh, and your academic advisor should be reaching out soon to help detail that side of things. How are you feeling? Polite answer or confident answer? I'm going to go confident. I'm feeling like you need to play me early, so I didn't think it was going to be that confident, but all right. We'll see what kind of effect that has. But man, Austin Morse is snappy early here in Baylor. So it seemed like it did not have any effect there. And you see here in week 0, normally you'll only have 5 energy points, but since we have a bye week here to start, we have an extra point there to have 6 points. But before we apply the weekly agenda energy points there, let's dive into practice, man. So here you can do team drills or skill drills, which are basically just drills for yourself. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the regular rushing attack one to start and see how we do. Just a friendly reminder that I am playing on Heisman. So you see the instructions here. Evade the defenders and score as many touchdowns as possible. And you'll get awarded bonus points for successful skill moves, long runs, and celebrating during the play. Okay. Touchdowns will increase your score multiplier, and losing yards will reset it. Alright, here we go. First drill with the Baylor Bears. Lots of space. We should be able to get there. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy work. The middle. Again. Yeah, that's too easy, folks. I mean, I scored a touchdown every single play, folks. That's way too easy. We need a challenge out here. Too easy, folks. Oh, I finally had to make a move. And it doesn't matter. Oh, set it down. That's nasty. I'm only doing the celebration stuff because I forgot at the beginning. You're supposed to be doing that to get extra points. But as you see, we hit the gold with 20 seconds to go. We are in the clear. I've scored a touchdown on every single play. Pretty easy drill, but hey, we'll take it. Getting as much XP as possible and able to get our coach trust bumped up quite a bit. Last play here, we cleared gold super duper easily. Like I said, literally scored on every single play. There you see, plus 500 to the coach's trust. Love to see that. Oh, you see us going up that meter a lot right there. Love to see that, man. So we'll dive into that weekly agenda now. Use our 6 energy points. This is where, you'll choose between the 5 categories. You got academics, leadership, health, training, and brand. So, of course, it's early on in the year. Not too worried about health. Now, if you put points into training, you will notice your health probably go down a little bit. First things first, we're going to study a couple times. I want to make sure that I am ready for when the quizzes start popping up. As you see there, it shows us that we have an exam in 8 weeks. But just going to use a couple points on that for now here in week 0. Not going to worry about leadership yet, but we'll go ahead and use some on training there. As you see there, it was actually 2 energy points to do that training, which is fine. And as you can see the effects there, our health went down a point there. And then we got a little bit of wear and tear there on our left shoulder, left arm. So we get some minuses there. You see some of our attributes. But with our final energy point, I'm going to go ahead and use that on the health to then take that right back away. So our wear and tear is back to no impact, and we're good to go for this week. You can also go to the coach trust here in this weekly agenda screen as well. As you see, it went up super fast after that last practice drill. And you see there, we are leveling up, earning different things. You see once we increase the bar a little bit more, we'll reach that halfback 1 spot and be able to challenge Dominic Richardson in a position battle to take over the starting role. So we'll probably be able to trigger that in the next week or 2, hopefully. Oh, it's Dominic Richardson. Speaking of the man himself, the starter, hits us up. It says, "Welcome to the halfback room. It's a good group. I'll try to help if you've got any questions. Just don't think you're going to take my job anytime soon. Got it?" I don't know, man. I think I am going to take your spot, but we'll be nice and we'll just thank you. I appreciate it. Can't wait to get started and learn this offense. See, that's the answer I like giving him. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I am going to take your spot, though, homie. I am going to go ahead and wrap things up there for episode 1, though. We went through the creation, got our first practice in, and got some things set up in the classroom and elsewhere. Had some solid conversations with our offensive coordinator and, the starting running back on the squad. But yeah, man, definitely looking forward to getting into the game action. Should, have the first couple games, probably 2 or 3 per episode. So yeah, be on the lookout for episode 2. Should be out probably tomorrow. Slap that like button if you are excited to see Austin Morris get his career started here with the Baylor Bears. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Appreciate it a lot. Everyone have a nice day. Peace.